With the Blackshark V3 Pros, Razer claims to have built the ultimate gaming headset, once again aimed especially at esports professionals. But if you ask me, they also put together one of the most flexible headsets in general that is a great fit for your Teams calls, the Discord sessions with the boys, your immersive story game adventures, in-flight entertainment, or if you simply want to enjoy some music from your phone. All of this comes from a very unique set of features, starting with greatly improved audio quality compared to the V3's predecessors, a pretty sizable amount of connectivity options, including a good old analog jack, the inclusion of active noise cancelling, and last but definitely not least, one of the very best microphones you can get with a headset right now. Of course, all of this has its price, but if you're looking at this combination of features, which by the way pretty much also check all the boxes for me personally, I would argue the price tag for these is more than fair. But enough with my rambling, let's get into it. Before we get to the headset itself, let's maybe start with your connection options, since this is already where Razer knocks it out of the park. Of course, having a wireless dongle to connect your PC or laptop and Bluetooth is nothing inherently new, but Razer allows the two connections simultaneously. Why is this awesome, you may ask? Well, imagine playing or working and having the Blacksharks connected to your phone as well. If you get a call, you can simply answer it and still get the sounds from your wireless connection at the same time. Or I recently played some Mario Kart with a friend on my Switch, but we preferred to talk over Discord. So I simply connected the Switch via Bluetooth and Discord was running on my laptop. With this setup, you can mix the volume of both connections seamlessly with the style on the headset itself, and in Synapse you also have a few options to customize the behavior. For example, if you get a call, to have the wireless connection lower the volume automatically. For me as a creator, especially when I'm traveling to shows or press events, I also need headphones that allow for a 3.5mm connection, so I can monitor the audio from my cameras, and not a lot of wireless headsets allow for that functionality anymore. For CES this year I took the Odyssey Maxwells, but these are massive and extremely heavy, so they aren't exactly the perfect travel cans. And for Computex I opted for the Alienwares I got myself before the show, but these are lacking exactly that functionality, so I had to guess and hope that the sound is alright. The Blacksharks, however, come with a USB-C to 3.5mm cable in the box, so you are covered here, which really is a godsend. Alright, before we get to sound quality and of course the new microphone, let's quickly have a look around the headset itself. Like its predecessor, you get this sort of old school aviator style, which I like a lot. They look special without being too in your face, and the mostly plastic construction feels solid and high quality, while also keeping the weight at a very reasonable level. In terms of comfort, you get ample padding below the headband and around the ear cups, and while I sometimes felt the overall clamping force was a little bit too much, it resulted in already pretty good passive noise isolation and a secure fit, and I still had no problem wearing these for hours on end. But given that this is of course highly subjective and depends on your head shape, your mileage may vary here. Compared to the predecessor, Razer added another joint between the ear cups and the headband though, which definitely helps to fit these much better to your head. The controls are very well laid out and feel the part as well. I just wish Razer would implement a toggle switch like the Alienware Pro headset or something like Logitech's G522s we just reviewed recently. It may be a personal thing, but I simply prefer on-off switches instead of these long press buttons. In addition to the power button, you get the big volume knob, a mic mute switch, a button to cycle through your sound profiles, another adjustment wheel to balance general audio and voice chat, and the ANC button that lets you cycle between ANC on, off or ambient. And speaking of ANC, unfortunately I did not get to travel with these yet, which would be my #1 use case for active noise cancelling. But in general, I would say it's usable, but not as effective as the Alienware Pros, for example. But then again, with those you have a pretty pronounced pressure with ANC on and some white noise as well. So for the Blacksharks, it's a great way to reduce excessive fan noise, which is of course great for someone using laptops all day, and to remove or dampen your daily distractions around the house. And I'm pretty sure it will also help to reduce noise in an airplane. Just be aware the ANC here will probably not be able to rival any of the more established travel competition. In terms of sound, I'm also happy to tell you guys that the V3s are a massive improvement to the V2s. The predecessor sounded a bit hollow, which might have simply been because of the focus on esports players that probably prefer something with a bit more clarity than something that is actually fun. Well, these can be both, without sacrificing set clarity for a much wider soundstage and a lot more bass. In addition, you get a ton of presets you can also customize, so it's very easy to tune these to your liking. I mostly left them on music since it worked best for me personally. And within my little comparison group here, they are on par with the Alienware Pro headset, which are the boomiest while still sounding clear enough. The Razers are a bit more pronounced and diverse, so they also work a bit better when mastering our videos. The Fractal Design Scapes are almost reserved compared to these two, which you might like if you prefer something a bit more neutral. And again, the V2s don't really stand a chance here at all when it comes to audio quality. Which leaves us with the microphone, and Razer promised nothing more than their best sounding headset ever in this regard. And, well, I would say they delivered. The V3 Pros sound incredibly natural, with just a minor amount of this nasal compressed undertone you usually get with wireless headsets. And as per usual, you once again have a ton of options within Synapse to tweak everything to your liking. And I especially liked their broadcast setting, which I used for this last bit. To give you a bit of a neutral representation, this is the same mic without anything added in Synapse, and I still think it sounds really good, and you should hardly get any complaints from your teammates here while doing some backseat gaming. This would be the direct predecessor, which still sounds quite decent, even though your voice will lack some depth, and the aforementioned nasal undertone is much more pronounced with this one. This is the Fractal Design Scape, and for the first try the mic sounds fine. It's definitely usable, but nothing that would blow your socks off. And this is the Alienware Pro wireless headset, and as much as I like it for the slick styling, very effective noise cancelling and incredible sound, the mic definitely needs some work. Alright folks, that should already be it for today. Yes, the Razer Blackshark V3 Pros are expensive, but if you're looking for a quality headset with almost unrivaled mic quality, great and flexible sound, a ton of connection options allowing for simultaneous use of wireless and Bluetooth signals, and the use with a 3.5mm jack, the inclusion of ANC, even though it might not be the best out there, all housed in a sleek, good-looking package with some pretty impressive battery life, well, you will have a hard time finding a headset as flexible as this one. And I'm not just talking gaming here, but this is also a great companion for your working from home Zoom call marathons, having nerd talks with your friends while doing some work in the house, enjoying your favorite movies, or for all sorts of creator endeavors. However, as always, please let me know what you think, and if you believe there is a competitor I should also consider, feel free to sound off in the comments below. Please leave your like and sub on your way out. Thanks a ton for watching. My name is Alex, you have been absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Take care.